Are you confused with how to get in shape? You're following all the mainstream guru advice, you're staying strict to a diet, you're cutting down your calories, you're cutting down your carbs, and you're not seeing the changes in the body that you really want. Now, this is something that I keep seeing over and over again from some of the comments and questions that I'm getting from the My Body Blends podcast, even on Snapchat, Facebook. They're coming through all over the place, and one of the biggest problems I'm seeing is surrounding the calorie counting issue. And this is why I don't believe that you need to be counting calories. And there is a much easier and a much faster way for you to be able to get in great shape without having to turn your life upside down, without having to have your phone on you and tracking every morsel of food that comes on by. So this is what I want to give you in this episode, to give you the straight up what to do insight so you can start looking and feeling the way that you want. Now, I am going to put a caveat in front of this before we delve on in. This isn't for people that are already in really low body fats and want to go even lower. This isn't for if you want to be able to step on stage as a fitness, bikini, muscle model, or you want to be able to get in the really low body fats to say step into a photo shoot for that. Now, what this is for is if you want to be able to get in good shape. So obviously you want to be able to feel good, you want to be able to burn off some of those extra pounds, then this is what we're talking about. Now, one of the biggest issues with counting calories is you're most likely way off. Your body doesn't work like a calorie calculator. And also, foods can be completely different. Just because an app that you've downloaded says an apple is worth this many calories, a hamburger is worth this many calories, doesn't make it actually so. The other problem is when you're trying to use a calorie equation of burning more energy than you're taking in, you don't know how much energy you're actually consuming throughout the day. Now, I know you've probably jumped on a calorie calculator app on the net, you've plugged in your height, your weight, whether you're a male or female, how many times you're training, and it suddenly gives you this magical number where if you start eating appropriately these calories, then you're going to start burning off the weight. Now, there are a couple of big issues with this. One, that's not actually what your body's going through, especially if you actually have been under eating before. So if you've been doing the diets, if you've been restricting your calories, your carbs and everything, your body is actually going to adapt and you can get what's called metabolic slowdown. Now, another problem with the calorie focus approach is you're not focusing on nutrients, and nutrients are so important, especially if you're just thinking about calories or even the macronutrients, which is your proteins, carbs and fats. What's going on with your micronutrients, your vitamins, your minerals, your cofactors, your enzymes? These things are critical for your body to be able to thrive, to be able to go through the metabolic processes that it needs to, and that it needs to be able to burn body fat as well. Another reason why I don't love the calorie approach is because it doesn't have a healthy focus to it. I want your body to be able to thrive and not just survive. And one of the biggest issues is why people are able to say short term lose weight, but long term they put it straight back on. This whole yo-yo dieting effect comes about from having a wrong focus to begin with. And then there's also a massive over factor of stressing about what's going on with the food. Are you actually tracking it properly? Which means, do you have an app out all day, every day, tracking everything? Are you sitting down? There's too much of a focus on what's going on, and I feel like you're just completely missing out, because there is a much easier way about this. And this is just what I really want to be able to base everything around and give you. And what you can actually start using is an easy approach, so you're able to feed your body, eat the meals, eat the foods, and then obviously in a week-to-week basis be able to have your body changing the way that you want it to. Now, a really big factor is if you do overeat, then a calorie approach doesn't take into the equation of why that is actually happening. And it could be actually making it worse as well. Now, one reason why you can be overeating, or say why you're getting cravings at the end of the night, why you're dipping your hand in the cookie jar, you're going for the chocolate at the end of the day, or you're just really gorging yourself at the end of the day, is because you could be actually malnourished. Now, this is really important, so I'm actually going to stop here. It doesn't take into account nutrient partitioning. So this is when you do eat the foods, what are those nutrients actually doing when they get into your body? Are they going towards fat cells? Are they going towards muscle cells? Are they going towards liver or brain? What's actually happening with them? when you're looking at a total calorie equation, just like the energy in versus energy out, it doesn't take that into account. And it also doesn't take into account your hormonal environment. Another big problem with this calorie focus is it's not taking on board the importance of your hormonal environment. Hormones such as insulin, leptin, thyroid, ghrelin, all these things are so important in a metabolic process as to what's happening, especially because these are dictating what's happening with your metabolism. What is your body doing with the nutrients? And also, are you getting hungry? Are you craving food? Is your energy going low? Because let's face it, we've all done it before. I know I certainly have as well. When you've wanted to get in great shape, suddenly you've cut the calories, you've cut the carbs, you've ramped your exercise right up, and then what happens? You hit a plateau, and you hit a plateau because your body is an adaptive machine. It's going to adapt. So what happens when you hit that plateau? Well, you're stuck because you can't drive your calories any lower. You can't be doing more than the crazy amounts of exercise you already are. So you have to kick the bucket, and what's happened is your body's already gone through some metabolic slowdown, which means it's really easy for you to gain weight straight after it. And most importantly, the calorie approach doesn't take into account if you're going to be able to do this for the long term. Seriously ask yourself, are you going to have that tracking app on you for the rest of your life? Because the problem is there's a big difference between what's going to get you in shape and what's going to keep you in shape. Why I keep harping on why so much of the episodes, why I've practically built my body blends on the foundation of giving you, your body and your life what it needs so you can get in great shape, take care of your health, not have the backlash that so many people go through, and obviously look and feel the way that you want. Now, I wanted to give you this quick episode to outline some of the key factors from the questions that I'm answering in the private groups and in the membership as well. The biggest thing is I want you to be able to take charge for yourself. If you are confused about what to do when it comes to you getting in shape, taking care of your health, it doesn't need to be confusing. You don't need to be frustrated from staying so strict, working so hard, and then not seeing the results after all that hard work as well. So what you can do now is click the link below. What I've set up is the specific quiz, the set of questions for you to quickly be able to go through, that it's all free, but at the end, I'm going to be able to give you exactly what you want, especially because there's a difference between what guys have to follow, what females have to follow, what you're struggling with. Say, are you struggling with stubborn fat, those trouble spots, and what's going to actually suit you as well. So jump on in, use it, put it to the test, just like the thousands of others all over the world that have done it, and see the positive results. See your body changing on a week-to-week scale. And then importantly, I always want to hear from you. So comment below, ask the questions that you want me to answer, because as you see right now, I've gotten the questions this morning and I had to give this episode to you right now, and I'm looking forward to more and seeing you in the next episode.